now back to the Bob Tower Afternoon Show, starring the old maestro himself, Bob Tower.
I think I'm dying.
Yes, my goodness, you're a whole half a degree over normal. Terrible.
A half a degree? Let me see that.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon we have a special treat in store for you. Yes, a visit from that very glamorous and unpredictable international star, the girl of your dreams and of mine, Miss Lulu Cronin.
Honey, look at this. That's almost 101.
It's terrible. Adam, if it gets any higher, I advise you to sell.
And that's a very unchic way of introducing me, you know. You wouldn't afford me, darling, not in your wildest dreams. You know, I came back from Europe with 14 trunks and Herman.
Oh, isn't he cute?
14 trunks. Tell us, Lulu, what was in 14 trunks?
Well, what did we have, Herman? We had boots and slacks and shoes and, well, all sorts of things, didn't we?
Did you get that coat in Europe, that beautiful fur coat?
Of course. We don't wear last year's furs, do we, Herman?
Well, it's beautiful. Tell us something we've always wanted to know, Lulu. You know, most women appear on my show wearing very low-cut, revealing dresses. Why is it that you always wear high-cut clothes?
Oh, but, darling, it's so cold today. Besides, you don't put your best merchandise in the window, do you?
We interrupt the Bob Tower Show to bring you a news bulletin. A policeman and an unidentified man were shot to death in a gun battle on West 44th Street just a few minutes ago. Witnesses testify that another uniformed officer appeared at the scene, picked up a suitcase from beside the dead men, and drove off in an unmarked car, leaving his fellow officer
Adam, where are you going?
Where do you think I'm going? That's my precinct.
Listen, darling, you may not be as sick as you'd like to make me believe, but you are
My
sick.
stomach. Do you know anything like this can do to the police force?
Now, you better get back into bed. Get a
Honey,
little
there's a
temperature.
policeman mixed up in something dirty. Now, that dirt rubs off on all of us. Besides, the newspapers will make a Roman holiday out of this.
Listen, Dutton, are you sure you gave me the right serial number?
Well, that's the number that was on the badge. Oh, wait a minute, I got it right here. 0732456.
Is it Lieutenant Parker?
Yeah, himself.
Hello, Mike. This is Adam. I just got here.
Thought you were sick in bed.
Yeah, well, I got cured when I got the flash on TV.
You're gonna get sick again when you hear this? The serial number on the badge they took off the dead policeman. No badge with that number was ever issued by the department.
Looks real to me.
To fake somebody went to a lot of trouble.
Who is the officer that got it? One of the boys from our precinct?
Nobody I recognize. Gesundheit.
Thanks.
So the car drove away. Now, what kind of a car was it?
I don't know. A car.
Well, what make was it? What color? How old was it?
A new car. Blue.
You're supposed to be in bed.
Those reports about my illness are greatly exaggerated. Okay.
He better watch himself. He's contagious.
Okay, let's knock it off. Now, come on, let's get on the ball. I want to get a description of the police officer that picked up the suitcase. What did he look like?
He had a uniform on. A real cop's uniform. Some big guy. And he walked with a limp.
A limp. Was he wounded?
No, he had a limp.
Then the car drove away. And with the big guy that had the limp.
We were standing there and the guy was moving.
Who's this, the police officer?
The other guy. The guy that got shot by the cop that got killed. So we went over to him. And I got blood all over my pants. My mother's gonna kill me.
Okay.
So you went over to take a look.
The both of us went over to have a look. Me and Herbie both. So then he started to say something. So we listened. The guy's got like a foreign accent. Ach, da Hubenstaller. Jawohl.
Oh, he spoke with a German accent.
Heil Hitler.
Okay, with the Heil Hitler. What did he say with his German accent?
He said, $500,000 for a guinea pig. $500,000 for a guinea pig. Twice he said it. $500,000 for a guinea pig.
That don't make sense, does it?
You guys want to see something?
Yeah, what?
You wouldn't believe me. Stick around, boys.
Yeah, just stay there. Thank you very much.
That's the cops. Squeeze us dry like a lemon and throw us away. You got all that good out of us.
You ought to be in bed with that cold. You look lousy.
Well, I feel lousy. What is it? What'd you get, Doc?
That's right. It's a woman.
A woman in a policeman's uniform, a policeman who limps, an unidentified...
Bless you.
Well, we have a partial lead on the man.
It's the guy who, when he gets shot, he lays there dying and says $500,000 for a guinea pig.
Yeah.
Great. I love it. I love mysteries. What about the woman?
Blank.
Naturally. What's the lead?
Well, we found this in his pocket, Mike. It's a pass to a safe deposit vault at the Erie Bank.
Mama Kellis Ratskeller, 883 Paul, MU5 7599. Whose number is that?
Johann von Buno. He's a symphony conductor.
Guinea pigs and symphonies, huh?
Mike, do you want a wild hunch?
Do you have any other kind?
Call the coroner's office. Find out if either two of those bodies had a scar right here inside of their arm, about an inch wide.
Go ahead. What are you getting at?
Look here, Mike. You notice these sevens, how they're crossed in the center?
Uh-huh.
Now, the French and the Germans make sevens like that. German 7. And notice here it says Mama Keller's Rathskeller, German restaurant. And the phone number's to von Buno, German symphony conductor. You get it?
Mm-hmm. Did you two guys go to see Von Buno?
We called his house, but he wasn't in. He was rehearsing a symphony. And we called the rehearsal hall, and he was gone. They don't expect him home till very late tonight.
Just a man. Just like you described him. No scars on the woman.
SS officer.
Right.
How does this go together?
Hey, hold the trolley. You guys just lost a motorman.
You see, Frank, the Nazi SS officers had their insignias tattooed under their right arms. Now, of course, later after the war, they wanted to erase any connection with the SS, thus the scars.
How'd you know this was an SS guy?
I don't know, it just jumped into my head.
Revenge? Double cross? Blackmail?
Something like that.
That pinpoints it, doesn't it?
I am nothing. Don't I have rights and feelings like everybody else?
Yes, you have. Now look here. After the buttons are off, be sure you put this coat into a big stove. Be sure it's all burned up.
Don't I suffer? Don't I deserve some reward? Anna is dead. I left her on the sidewalk, dead. I was going to marry her. We looked at a house in Long Island, and now nothing.
What is it? What have you done?
What have I done? I got a suitcase, $500,000. That's what I've done.
Well, I know that, but you've done something. I know you. When you argue with yourself, you've done something. What have you done?
I took $5,000 from the suitcase.
Please give it back to me.
I had a right.
You had a need, a right you did not have. Come on, give it to me.
No. I'm lonely. I want peace. I want to go home. To Vienna.
There is no home. We are all lost. In Vienna, you'll find nothing but heartbreak and disappointment. It is no longer home, Anthony. It is only the place where you have your memories and your nightmares. Give it back to me.
crack your head like an egg. Like an egg. Why do I listen to you?
Why? Because we're bound together by misery, because you suffered as I suffered. And for what we suffered, is it possible to be paid in money? Is it money you want? I want blood.
I'm not an animal. I'm tired of killing.
If you were an animal, you would have forgotten by now what has happened to the family you had. No, one does not forget. You remember as well as I remember what happened to my daughter.
I hope this is nothing about immigration, gentlemen. I have a special visa.
No, Professor, we're New York City police officer.
Oh, have I done something wrong?
No, we just want to get some help from you, that's all.
Oh, well, of course, of course.
Do you know Heinrich Bauer?
Did you hear anything?
No, I didn't.
Of course you heard nothing, because he missed his note. One single note, and he sits there with his piccolo and doesn't play it. Well, now, what was it? Heinrich Bauer? Is he a musician?
Maybe in heaven.
Oh, I see. And since the police are here, his death raises questions.
Yes, you see, he had a small scar here under his right arm.
Ah, the SS scar.
That what you call it?
Well, it's well known. Why did you come to see me?
We found a piece of paper in his pocket. Your phone number is written on it.
Mine?
Yes. You have no idea why he might have written your phone number down?
If he was a musician, yes, but why would he have my number?
We'd like to know that, too.
Well, I would like to be of help, but...
Excuse me, sir. Dr. Paul Milter.
Ah, bring him in, bring him in. An old friend from Mexico City. Will you excuse me, gentlemen?
Yes, of course.
If I could be of any service...
Thank you, Professor. We'll call you if we need you.
Go on, Mr.
Paul! You're losing your hair.
So are you. It's good to see you. Who were those men?
The police. They wanted to know if I knew a man by the name of Heinrich Bauer. But unfortunately, I didn't.
What happened to Heinrich?
He was killed yesterday by a woman.
I read the papers, too. By whom was he killed, Johann? I've waited 16 years for Heinrich to be able to get that money out. I'm not going to be cheated now, Johann.
You cheated?
Remember the belt buckles the SS issued to us in case we were captured? Look on my belt buckle. But don't move. If I raise my arms a little higher, you will get a bullet in your belly. It's the same buckle. Not brass now, silvered over, but it works just as well.
I thought it was you who got the money.
I'm sure.
I thought you tricked me. I thought you took an earlier plane from Mexico City and got the money for yourself. If I don't answer the phone, the butler will come in. Yes? This is Professor von Bunov. Just a moment. Would you mind repeating that for a friend of mine? Listen.
Hello? This is Latin American Airways.
Yes?
In reply to your inquiry, we did have a passenger named Dr. Paul Newter on our flight 883 from Mexico City. On today's flight, however, not yesterday.
Thank you.
You see? I thought it was you.
I'm sorry, my friend. If you thought it was me, it couldn't have been you who killed Heinrich.
I was worried about you. Baby, you shouldn't worry about someone who survived 8 years in the camp. It went badly. Poor Anna. With him, we would all give our lives. Yes. Did you send off the money? Yes. We made the boat last night. The money is in the right hands. That's good. That's good. I like summer best. In the wintertime, I feel so shut in. The world is still a prison, Mama. I wake up in the morning and I hear the guards shouting at me again. Baby, it could be worse. It could be real instead of just a memory. In a moment, my Professor von Bunov is going to come walking in through that door. But this time he comes to woo me. He comes to light my cigarette. He comes to see that my glass is full of wine. And tonight or tomorrow night, he has in mind to ask me to marry him. Sometimes I want to die, Mama. Only that is not allowed. We are not allowed to die when we want, my baby. That's true. How is Anton? Anton is sad. He wants to go to Vienna. I tremble when I hear that word, Vienna. Vienna, Vienna. I adore Vienna. Let's do your party. All Viennese. Yes. The music. Viennese desserts.
Perfection.
Mama Keller. Meet Professor von Bunov. Mama Keller is going to cater my party tomorrow night.
Oh, Frau Keller is Viennese?
I was born in Vienna.
Ah, that food of yours. You make my mouth water.
Oh, if it's food you want, Mama Keller has the best Viennese restaurant in New York.
I make strudel like you never tasted.
Golden flakes filled with magic.
Well, then we must eat there tonight.
And drink. I have a wine cellar second to none.
You don't by any chance have a bottle of Grenzinger hidden away?
I have it. And more than a bottle. You must come tonight and see my wine cellar. And you must bring Lulu. And you must be my guest. And I will not take no for an answer. Fräulein Lulu, Professor, I will expect you. And auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen, Mama Keller.
Real Viennese, nicht wahr?
Mm-hmm.
They don't make that kind of woman anymore.
Lulu, dear, about your party. I want to bring a friend, Dr. Paul Multer. You don't know him, but he's an old friend. He's been living in Mexico City, but even there he heard about you. I promised I would bring him to meet you.
It's wonderful, darling. Is he very rich?
You're extraordinary.
Well, of course. I mean, if you introduce me to a man who doesn't have any money, I wouldn't know what to talk to him about.
Check that safe deposit vault pass at the bank. The box was registered to a Heinrich Bauer.
German again. Name mean anything to you?
We're running a file check on him downtown. Name's probably phony.
Now, Mike, that box wasn't used in 16 years.
And all of a sudden, Mr. Bauer shows up.
16 years ago is about 1944, 1945.
Signifying?
Well, that was about the end of World War II. Now, if you were a Nazi worrying about the future, that would have been about the time you'd have started stashing some money. Of course, before that, they all thought they had it made.
Be a good idea to check Bauer's fingerprints with the Washington Report and our International Bureau.
Right.
Finish up.
Well, Mike, now this may or may not mean something. When we were at Von Buna's, an old friend of his came in from Mexico City, a Dr. Paul Multer.
I'm way behind you. What?
Paul. The notation on the back of the pass.
What does that mean? Every Tom, Dick, and Harry's named Paul.
Wait a minute, Mike. It said Paul 883. Now, Frank and I checked, and a Dr. Paul Multer did arrive from Mexico City on the Latin American Airways Flight 883. Well, that's it. I'll see you fellas later.
Where are you going?
I have a dinner date. Oh, don't worry. It's in the line of duty.
Well, if it's in the line of duty, why don't you dine with Frank?
Well, you see, Libby's just a little bit prettier than Frank.
Well,
you know, a loaf of bread, a jug of wine, Wiener Schnitzels and sauerkraut at Mama Kelly's Rathskeller. No, I just want to see what kind of good German cooking Mr. Bauer enjoyed. I'll see you later.
There's a nice table for you. Thank you. So glad you could come.
Thank you.
Will you please? And how about that? Here we are. Oh, yes. Yes. Look,
what is
oh,
this?
you must. You're not only my customers here. You're my guests.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hoch.
Oh, what does hoch mean?
Hoch? It means high.
hi.
No, we don't want to get high. We just want to have some dinner.
No, it's not that kind of high. It's a toast. Oh, what a language. Toast. Rye toast. White toast. But how can you toast wine? Oh. No, don't you worry about that. I will order everything for you myself. How about Mitzel a la Holstein? Will you excuse me? Somebody
Yes.
has got to say, leave it to me. Well and Lulu. Herr Professor.
Would you like some candlelight with your wine?
Isn't she beautiful?
I'm so glad.
I'm so hungry. Hope.
Yes. Go with us. No. I mean, you stay here. So nice. Here, Professor, just follow me. It's all the way down, but it's...
Hey. Da 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 dum da 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 dum da dum.
Da 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 da.
Anton, bring us a bottle of the best Grinzengier. Quick.
Is he Viennese, too?
Yes.
Ah, the smell of wine. The taste of it, just as I remember it.
Why don't you sit down? Sit down, Herr Professor.
Thank
Make
you.
yourself at home.
Ah, Renziger.
Mhm. Prosit.
Prost. I can smell the hills above Vienna. Even though I was born in Munich, this wine smells like home. Now, some of that delicious German food, and I can almost hear the music.
Can you hear the screaming from the death camps? You were there, weren't you, at that time? Nicht wahr?
I'm a musician. I had to play for the Nazis. What else could I do? I have a friend who would enjoy this wine.
Invite him over here.
I think perhaps he had been here already. Did he drink too much and talk too much? A man by the name of Heinrich Bauer.
I don't know him.
Oh, he's dead now. He was killed. And his money was taken by a fake policeman with a limp. I'm a reasonable man. We could do business. I want that money.
What money?
Bauer's money. You know, it's curious how often people think of musicians as weak, sensitive, delicate, artistic creatures. But some of us are strong, some of us. And some of us are, well...
Animals?
Don't trifle with me. I burned people like you in ovens.
I know. Now play for us, Professor. Maestro, but be sure and play the right notes. Where is Dr. Müller?
No.
I remember his office. I remember the experiments he performed. Where is he?
He's here in New York.
Then call him. How are your manners? Invite him over here. The dear doctor. He's the one man we want to meet the most. The dear doctor.
Oh, 901, please. Paul, hüte dich! Hüte dich! Hüte dich!
Paul, be careful. The guinea pigs are coming for you.
Hello. Who is this?
angry. She'll get over that. Yes, Mike.
I'm sorry to interrupt your evening, but I need that mountain goat mind of yours. I want you to jump to a couple of conclusions.
Why, she got the Washington report. What's in it?
According to fingerprints, Heinrich Nissen, alias Heinrich Bauer, alias Friedrich Alter Passerman, alias 3 or 4 more other aliases. Heinrich Nissen, Nazi propaganda officer in the United States prior to World War II. Returned Germany 1941, assigned Hitler's personal staff. 1943, placed in charge of concentration camp. Found guilty at Nuremberg 1946. Sentenced 15 years, released October 14, 1960. Whereabouts unknown. Period.
So, what's that?
Well, Lulu and Von Bono had dinner tonight at Mama Keller's Rathskeller.
Meaning?
Meaning? Now, wait a minute. You just said you wanted me to take a jump. You didn't say I had to know where I was going to land. As far as I can jump.
Okay. Let's get with this Chinese puzzle here. Bauer hides money, gets killed. In his pocket, we found a slip with a telephone number which belonged to a Mr. Von Buno.
We go see Von Bruno, and in walks Paul Mulder.
Bauer knows Von Buno and Mulder. Von Buno knows Mulder and Miss Lula Cronin. Of course, that don't mean nothing because everybody knows her.
Look, somebody went to an awful lot of trouble to make a policeman's uniform and a badge. You just don't do that overnight. Somebody knew and somebody was prepared. And somebody was on Bauer's back just hours after he got his money out of the bank.
That spells organization.
The Nazis were organized. That's why you could expect Bauer, maybe, to hide the money for 2 or 3 people, not just for himself. Maybe himself, Von Buno, and Mulder. Maybe that's why Mulder's name and Von Buno's telephone number was on the bank pass.
If you two can pick up Von Buno and Mulder, believe me, it'll be worth losing a night's sleep.
Let's go.
Well, if Mr. Mulder doesn't want to tell us anything, maybe he'll lead us to something if we stay with him long enough.
Boy, I give my eye teeth to get my hands on that Von Buno.
Why is it that important?
Mike, a guy just doesn't disappear. He's got a reason for hiding, then we've got a reason to talk to him.
Well, we got it all points out for him. It's all we can do now.
See you later.
Yeah, see you later.
Yeah. I'll get some sleep.
Herr Mulder?
Who is this?
Well, of course you don't know me. I'm Lulu.
Johan asked me to call you personally.
Yes? What is it?
I'm giving a party here tonight, and since you are Johann's friend...
Where is he?
Oh, darling. One of the nice things about me is that I'm not a possessive woman. I haven't the faintest idea where he is.
I'm quite anxious to speak with him as soon as possible.
Well, then you must come to my party tonight, darling. He will be here, and I will be here. I hear you are an extremely rich fellow. Is that true?
I'll be there.
I wish your father was still alive to see what happens here tonight.
Van Benoren.
You boys will be interested in this. When we did the post-mortem, his lungs were full of wine.
You mean he got so drunk he fell in the bay and drowned?
I mean, he drowned in wine.
Anna Kozlenko. You know who she is? You remember the woman in the policeman's uniform who was murdered? We didn't know her name. Well, that's her. Anna Kozlenko. You know, God's pretty good to me sometimes. I checked her fingerprints with the Washington Bureau, with the International Bureau, and with all the agencies. You know what I got? Nothing. Now get this. Some woman recognized her picture in the newspaper. A teacher in a pastry cook school. Now get this. Where do you think she worked?
Mama Keller's Rathskeller.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it had to be. It's the last place we had any trace of Van Bunner.
I know.
Come on. Come on, Sleepy. Come on, get up.
That looks... Where you going?
Mama Keller's Rathskeller.
Rats? Mama! All right. Do, lick me in Harrison, do, lick me in St.
Two will get you 5. That's your limping policeman.
Wait in. Police officer will never talk to you.
No.
Come on.
We don't want to shoot you!
This up of Nazi flies coming at me up.
Put me in the soap! Straight to house! My father, my friends! Nobody left in the whole world! Dead, all dead, and I don't care if I die too!
Get him out of the way!
It's too lonely for me anymore!
Nice to drive
The United States is the
Darling. Settle a bet. I say your third husband was a count with a castle. Oh, no, darling. He wasn't even a marquise, let alone a count. He didn't even have a castle to his name. Well, let alone a name that would get him into a castle. I'll be right back. Finely beautiful.
Fräulein Lulu Kronen.
You like to look at me?
Where is Herr von Bruno?
You'll see him soon. You haven't answered my question.
Von Bonhoff is to be congratulated.
Ah, now I'm content. He tells me that you're extremely wealthy.
He exaggerates.
But you're expected to come into fortune $500,000.
Perhaps he tells you stories to amuse you.
Oh, no. Do I look like a woman who would joke about $500,000? This is all new, Mr. Multer. Not many years ago, I worked. I worked in a laboratory.
Ah, so. An interest in science. One does not expect intellect from so beautiful a woman.
Of course not. I was engaged in research.
Truly astounding. Do you have a degree in medicine?
No.
Biology, then?
No.
Or chemistry?
No. It's really amazing. I was engaged in the most difficult, the most complicated kind of experiments. And still, I didn't need a degree. Not at all.
So?
I was a guinea pig. Give me your hand. I'll show you my other talent. Telling your fortune. Ooh, I see death.
Are you insane?
Passionate. I want to get my claws into you. Yes, Mama, it's finished. May I introduce my mother, Dr. Paul Multer, Dr. Konrad Handelsleben. Oh, I don't know why I bother with the introduction. We've all met before.
I'm afraid I don't remember. I suppose I should, with two such charming ladies. It must have been some time ago, if you remember me by my other name. I haven't used it for many years.
We met at Dachau. You walked down the line and you said, this one, this one, this one, that one.
I see.
Yes, we were used in the experimental program of yours.
Where is von Bonhoff?
Dead.
And the money?
Gone out of the country. Do you beginning to feel a little bit like a stone? I mean, a little dizzy. Everything is kind of blurred. You'll be blind in about a minute and a half now.
God. You've murdered me!
wanted to die.
What happened?
See what they did to her. Her whole body is covered with scars like that. Sleep. Sleep, Liebchen. You know, they strapped her to a table and carved her like a living turkey. Sleep, Liebchen. How many nights I held you in my arms and you could not sleep.
There are 8 million stories in the naked city. This has been one of them.
This has been a Screen Gems film presentation from Columbia Pictures, produced by Herbert B. Leonard.